After an absence of 11 years, Watford returned to the Premiership after a breathtaking performance against Bolton at Wembley in the nationwide First Division playoff final in front of a capacity crowd. Graham Taylor, whilst not splashing out on multi-million-pound signings like his managerial contemporaries, subsequently strengthened his squad in the close season. Centre-back Mark Williams was signed from Chesterfield, alongside Des Little, formerly of Nottingham Forest, and the Frenchman Alexandre Bonneau. Watford's first challenge in the top flight was a home game against perennial Premiership survivors Wimbledon. The team that lined up against the Dons was without several players instrumental in the club's playoff final victory against Bolton Wanderers. Goal scorers from that game, Nick Wright and Alan Smart, goalkeeper Alec Chamberlain, plus Paul Robinson and Micah Hyde were all sidelined, along with long-term absentees Gift and Noel Williams, Ben Iroa and Dean Yates, but the three new boys were in.
Short corner to Kennedy. Oh, the header from Mooney! Somehow parried by Sullivan. And here's Marcus Gale on the counter. The first 10 minutes of this game have been full of attacking football from both sides. Oh, and here's Hartson in space, and Carl Courts opens the scoring for Wimbledon. The Dons' new era dawns with a very crisply taken goal. They allowed Hartson far too much space, and despite his lack of control, Court was unmarked. Driven low and to the keeper's left. Johnson. Mooney, nice touch, this is Ngongi. Penalty surely for Blackwell's tackle, and Blackwell could be in trouble with the referee. There was no other defensive cover, and only quarter of an hour into the new season, Dean Blackwell is sent off. Red cards generally on the increase in Premiership football, but an easy decision for the referee to make. The rule is clear enough, so was the contact. So Wimbledon are reduced to 10 men for 75 minutes of the game. And Peter Kennedy, the young Ulsterman, has the responsibility from the spot. And scores fortuitously, but he does score, and it's 1-1. Relief self-evident on the faces of supporters and the taker himself, because Sullivan's trailing leg so nearly kept it out. He'll be a father by this time tomorrow, Peter Kennedy. His wife is due to be induced at 7 o'clock this evening. And already the first player to score a Premiership goal for Graham Taylor's Watford. Gale, Kimball, Roberts and Earl sitting in session adjacent to the ball as Hughes looks on. Very complicated, this. Presumably it's pure Olsen. It's Gale! Well, if it is pure Olsen, He knows what he's talking about. Very intricate setup for the set piece. It confused everyone except the taker. A lazy swing of the left boot, and look at that for perfect placement. Another of Drillo's drills has paid off. Maybe the keeper was too far to one side of his goal, but even so, it would have taken some stopping. The Nails are starting to take a bit of punishment. Bono. Easton. Kennedy. Richard Johnson. And here's Ngonge. The keeper's come and has been beaten by Michel Ngonge. And Watford are level again. All that pleading from the touchline has helped to work the oracle. A teasing ball over the top had Sullivan in two minds. If he'd stayed, he might well have been all right. If he'd got there, he would definitely have been all right. But he was caught in no man's land. And Michel Ngonge has made it 2-2. It's 22 years since Graham Taylor's first match in charge of Watford. On the same day, Wimbledon played their first match as a Football League club. Johnson and Day in a horrible mess, and it's in! What a calamitous goal for Watford to concede. Neil Ardley is the Wimbledon player receiving congratulations, but it was all down to the stand-in skipper and the stand-in goalkeeper. Johnson was urging the keeper, Chris Day, to come. He didn't until it was too late, and that goes down as a Johnson own goal. And quite probably a third mistake by goalkeeper Chris Day.
It's a highlight of my career to lead the boys out for the first game in the Premiership. It's one of the highlights, definitely, yeah.
How long did it actually take to sink in? Because Bolton at that stage probably seemed about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was such a short break for us. I think all the boys must have had about 3.5 weeks. It sounds quite a long time, but when you've got a full season then to play ahead of you, even though the boys were excited about getting back because it was the first time in the Premiership. So it came around pretty quick, but we was all looking forward to it. And you know, but we had to adjust to it pretty quick, Mike, because if we'd have still be thinking about it now, it's unbelievable that we then, you know, there's only one place we'll be next season, and that's back down. But if we adjust pretty quickly, then we'll be okay.
Despite an opening day defeat, Watford had the chance to bounce back 3 days later at the impressive Stadium of Light against last season's runaway champions of Nationwide Division 1, Sunderland.
Now Clint Easton, the best chance we've had of the evening. Who's going to follow it up? Oh, that was a tremendous second save from Thomas Sorensen. Well, I think Easton caught him a little bit on the unexpected there, and as the ball was followed up by Bono, that was one of the best saves of Sorensen's Sunderland career. Quinn readjusts, Williams tries to stop it and pushes in, and it's a penalty. Kevin Phillips, can he score the first Premiership goal at the Stadium of Light? He can! De Gea. Phillips, capable of scoring from here. Oh, yes he is!
Anfield may no longer be the impenetrable fortress of yesteryear, but there are few Premiership sides who would regard a trip up to Liverpool with optimism after 2 successive defeats, especially if they'd never won there before in their history. Graham Taylor had promised to take a few bottles of wine for his old friend and wine buff Gerard Houllier, and the bookmakers would have given long odds on the Frenchman drinking them in commiseration.
So Watford defeated in the first 2 games in the Premiership, now come up against the might of Liverpool. This tremendous crowd, I think about 44,000 in here today. An early touch for Chris Day. And the day it is for him. Chamberlain at the side. Watford's travelling fans, and there are thousands of those today. Touches a good interception from Page, and now Watford can break. Ngongi out wide on the right. Watford have men up. Tee up. Johnson might try his luck. Good stop from Westerveld and away. Gerrard's interception. A real genuine opportunity for Watford. A great save from the Dutch keeper. Couldn't hold on to it. Johnson hit it sweetly. Westerveld, with help from Gerrard, got it away. Nice touch inside by Fowler to Schmeitzer. Oh, he's gone past Page. Oh, and nearly put into his own net. And I think that was Williams. Mark Williams, who'd come back there. Well, one way of interpreting that is that he nearly put it into his own net. Another one is that he saved Watford, because there were plenty of Liverpool shirts up on the far post. And Kamara waiting too. Westerveld, the 24-year-old Dutch keeper. Peter Kennedy curls one in. Mooney couldn't get that one away. Oh, it comes to Mooney again! And Tommy Mooney has put Watford ahead. Just a quarter of an hour gone. Well, it might say it was a bit fortuitous, but he didn't miss his chance, Tommy Mooney. He scored 9 goals last season. And in Watford's 3rd game in the Premiership, he's got a vital one. Kennedy's free kick it was, putting pressure on the Liverpool defence. And the ball came off Mooney initially, but it came back to him. In fact, it was an excellent effort from Williams getting stuck in there. Push inside as Liverpool began to make the numbers count. Fowler. Weak shot in the end, got into a good position. Gerard Houllier. A few language problems from the touchline. Graham, give us a wave, say the Watford fans. And there goes the wave. The manager who recognises the importance of the fans, and there aren't many of those in the Premiership. Kamara, a little touch inside. Good looking shot, what a good save by Chris Day. Redknapp really got hold of that. Chris Day was equal to it. Redknapp, most of the Liverpool play focuses around him these days. Good stop from Day. Berger. Good change of pace from Fowler, and Berger's in the clear here. Another great stop from Day. Lovely little touch from Fowler, and Berger kept his head. Chip might have been better, but good stop from Day. Really coming down now. Berger brewing that missed opportunity. Taylor shouting instructions as Redknapp prepares to take this kick. There's 5 in the Watford wall. Half the team from here. It's Berger, in fact. Oh, another great stop from Chris Day. It's become a battle between Day and Berger now. Redknapp feinted to take it. Berger beautifully left-footed, and Day was equal to it. Liverpool roar goes up again. Just playing the Liverpool side. Goodness me, that was a rough challenge on Johnson. That was Steve Gerrard. Page battling Johnson does not look good. We're going to have a look at this challenge again. Stephen Gerrard, it looked fairly harmless, but Johnson fell awkwardly. He's a worried man now. And this really does not look good for Watford, of course. Johnson, a key part of this Watford Premiership campaign. And well, there's the guilty man, if guilt it is indeed. But he's off. Day. Florence Gongi. It's Easton. And he's battling away there. He's got it back. This is Hyde. Kennedy, I beg your pardon. Oh, Mooney! Somehow the chance came his way. And it was a deft touch. Westerveld had no chance, but it came off the post. Hyde, that's a great ball to Mooney. Mooney's in the clear. Good stop, he'll come out to Hyde again. He's chipped it off the line by Song. He's not been on long as a substitute. And he really came to Liverpool's rescue there. It was Hyde's through ball. Mooney out on the right-hand side, seemed to have done everything right. It was a good stop from Westerveld, and Hyde chipped the keeper, but found Song on the line. Again, and the whistle's gone, and Watford have recorded a memorable victory here at Anfield. What a magnificent effort. Graham Taylor, well, he must be a pleased man. A fairly lame handshake from Julio, you're not surprised about that, but Watford have fully deserved this victory. A little punch there from Taylor, and here's the man, Tommy Mooney, whose goal has given Watford the 3 points, and thoroughly deserved too. Liverpool won their first game away to Sheffield Wednesday. It was their first home game, and they've gone down to the Hertfordshire club. And certainly the Watford fans responsible as well for this, cheering on their side. Mooney, who put that little bit of grass in his sock after the playoffs, and Watford got their place. They say he'll be putting a bit of the Anfield turf in his sock today. What a memorable day for him. And for the travelling Watford fans. It's really been a glorious day, and they're the team going over to applaud the fans. And they deserve it as much as this marvellous Watford side. What an excellent performance. It's a final score here at Anfield, a memorable one. Liverpool 0, Watford 1.
Victory at Anfield prompted an avalanche of media interest, tabloid hacks being quick to squeeze Tommy Mooney's winner into the previous day's solar eclipse. Even the Times joined in with the legend Liverpool eclipsed by Mooney. Taylor was quick to consign the win at Anfield to the history books and stressed to his players the importance of 3 points at home to fellow new boys Bradford City.
Bradford City, who came up into the Premiership with Watford, but through the less circumlocutory automatic promotion. They won on the last day of the season at Wolves. Of course, Watford had to fight their way through the playoffs. But they're both here now, and Premiership football is realism for both sides. And Taylor taking a well-earned drink. Free kick, putting pressure on the Bradford defence. A little flick from Page, and it's just come off the crossbar. Gary Walsh, I think he must have helped it on its way. And well, a close one there. Robert Page, who didn't score in 37 appearances last year, almost got a goal there. Paul Jewell, youngest manager in the Premiership. Haller's free kick for Bradford. Oh. What a great catch by Chris Day, who's under terrific pressure. He caught the ball cleanly. Gunnar Haller, it was a good-looking deep free kick, which Day did well to come off his line and claim. plenty to please Graham Taylor so far in this game. These are the games, of course, that Watford really must win, though. There's little. Pushing the ball forward. Kennedy. And Gongi's got away from the defence! A great save by Walsh and a good clearance by John Dreyer as the pressure came on. Harris has given the corner. It's just a very casual cross, beautifully picked out Ngongi. A good save. Hyde. Another deep cross. Might be one here. Mooney's gone up and joined the attack. This is Mooney! And it's 2 in a week for Tommy Mooney as Watford take the lead. What a great cross, but what a beautifully timed run by Tommy Mooney. He got away from the Bradford defence. It was a pinpoint accurate cross and great header from Mooney. Watford 1 up.
The second home game in 3 days saw Watford take on Graham Taylor's old side, Aston Villa. Taylor used his programme notes to pay tribute to the Villa fans, who joined in with the chants of "There's only one Graham Taylor." The match, once again decided by a single goal, was hard-fought and full of tension.
Joe Gregory, looking cross from Foley, and Gongi to good header, and James is all over the place. But luckily for him, the ball is not in the back of the net. Gongi got up. It was a great cross from Foley. Looking out the far post, it was a good run, and Gongi got the header in, and James did not know where that ball was. Really, Watford need to build on this. Good effort, Julian Joachim. Well-timed run down the left-hand side. Even with Page and Little, he still got the shot in. Well, Taylor's putting pressure on the pacemaker there. Won't take too many of those. Ball inside from Henry. Villa beginning to string a few moves together now. Reshaping somewhat. If Joachim can get in, he can't. Oh, what a shot! That's Delaney! And Villa are ahead on 68 minutes. Mark Delaney. What a fantastic strike. And Watford can consider themselves unlucky to be behind. Villa have been putting their game together. It wasn't out far enough from Williams. And Delaney's strike was clean, clear and clinical.
August came to a close with a bank holiday trip up the M1 to Leicester and the season's first appearance in front of the Sky TV cameras.
Hard-working football matches sometimes don't give you the quality you would expect, but there's been plenty to admire in this contest, even though it's not been that exciting in terms of shots or headers on target. Perhaps there'll be one now from Leicester. Sinclair's cross, Heskey on the far post, and it's come out to Guppy, and he drives it back in, and it's gone in! Muzzy is it, has provided, albeit with a little slice of good fortune, the moment of goal-scoring quality that we've been waiting for, and Leicester are in front right on half-time.
Well, if there's one player that's deserved to score in this first half, it is Muzzy, is it? We talked about somebody really coming up and doing something a little bit different. Well, all he's done there, Alan, is get himself into the box, try and look for the scraps. I can't understand what Chris Day has done. He's decided to come, he's got nowhere near it other than just half a punch, and really, Muzzy, is it? Very much Johnny on the spot. And it's the ball through from Guppy.
Watford finished August in a respectable 15th place, and the so-called team with no stars had ruffled a few Premiership feathers, and in doing so had recorded a historic victory at Anfield, a feat that had even eluded Messrs Barnes, Blissett and Callaghan from the legendary Watford side of the early 1980s. The The trip to Upton Park saw the welcome return of Wembley heroes goalkeeper Alec Chamberlain and frontmen Alan Smart and Nick Wright. However, it was West Ham strikers Paulo's Wanchop and Di Canio who proved to be the Hornets' undoing.
Formidable sight, so many West Ham fans. Headed by Wanchop against the crossbar. Pierce, charged down by Mooney. Pierce again, in the crossbar again. One shot, off the line. One curve. Well, not a particularly spectacular end, but what an incredible move. How did West Ham not score? Wanchop hit the crossbar and then Pierce curling in an effort off the underside of the crossbar. Wanchop over his own head, cleared off the line. Somehow, Watford are not behind. West Ham are not in front. Watford fans, relief. Graham Taylor, relief for him. Lovely ball from Di Canio to Sinclair. Robinson charges it down. Was that in the area? Well, it is handball. I don't know what Robinson could be complaining about, saying that perhaps he was just reaching out, as you were, in self-defence. Away from it. His body, those hands. This is Di Canio. Oh, he's taken it to the near post and he scored! And Chamberlain, his first game back for Watford. He was caught out there. And it's got to be said, that's a mistake by the keeper. Certainly Di Canio struck it with power. But Chamberlain, well, he took his eye off the possibility that Di Canio might try his luck from that position. Handball, of course, it's a direct free kick. So, really Chamberlain should have watched that near post. West Ham, a goal up. Graham Taylor, all pressure on that pacemaker. For need to break back soon if they're going to. It's a quick ball right across, and well, Williams, he might have felt he could have done better, but a great stop by Shaka Hislop. For Harry Redknapp. West Ham side made such a good start to the season. Of course, still in Europe. Great campaign. This is Sinclair. Chamberlain under a lot of pressure there, and he did well going backwards. Wasn't going to take a chance. Another excellent cross from Sinclair. Chamberlain with one shot waiting, took no chances. Keeper back in goal since Chris Day did such a good early job. Sinclair, Di Canio, trying to do something. Mooney with them and Robinson. Di Canio, oh, what a beautiful flick! Goes round Robinson. Sinclair, Carrick, he's just come on. Oh, wouldn't that have been a brilliant time to score? That really would have been the goal of the month, if not of the season. Look at that genius from Di Canio. Sinclair, wrong-footed Robinson, saw Carrick coming, and it should have been number 2.
Well, Mark, it's a matter of record that you had a choice to make in the summer. Clearly, you weren't going to stay at Chesterfield. Why did you choose Watford?
I chose Watford, obviously. Graham Taylor's given me a chance to play in the Premiership, and it's always been my dream to play in the Premiership, and it was a great chance for me to come down there. Obviously, I was on a Bosman ruling. I had teams in the First Division that I could have signed for, good teams in the First Division. I spoke to Graham Taylor, and I flew back off my holiday to speak to him, and I knew of Watford's interest, probably the last sort of 5 games of the season for Chesterfield, and Graham Taylor impressed me immensely, and he sort of drew me to Watford, and also it was a Premiership football. It was a massive chance for me at the age of 28, and that's why I decided to take it.
Watford were able to take something of a breather with the second-round Worthington Cup tie at home against Wigan Athletic. However, Graham Taylor impressed the importance of the competition as a route into Europe, and unlike other Premiership sides, fielded a full-strength side against the second division high flyers.
Of course, 3 defeats in a row, even though they're facing the second division high flyers. Barlow's done well, got past Robinson. In comes Porter, and he's rattled the Watford crossbar there. Watford defence at 6s, 7s and 8s. Now, good turn taken on this again to the near post. Set up for Easton. It's gone through a pack of players, and Easton has opened the scoring for Watford. A crisp, clean drive straight into the back of Roy Carroll's net. They look like the Premiership side that they are. Easton come back with challenge, and Kennedy. Bit of ball juggling on the left-hand side. Easton turns it in again. He'll come to Hyde onto that right foot. And Watford have two. That's their cushion. What a glorious shot. Hyde packed it away. Watford 2, Wigan 0.
There was an air of excitement and anticipation around Vicarage Road as Watford found themselves facing second-place Chelsea, a side fresh from Champions League football and successive Premiership victories home and away. Watford had smashed the club's transfer record by paying Real Zaragoza $750,000 for Dutch under-21 star Nordin Wouter, who made an impressive debut in front of 21,244. The Hornets' biggest crowd of the season so far.
Those two legs hanging over Vialli's right shoulder can't be helping him concentrate. No such problems for Graham Taylor. Chelsea, of course, haven't lost in the Premiership this year. In fact, they haven't lost away since April 1999. Smart! Well, he might have done better. I think Jez Hogue actually just took the ball off his head there with the faintest of touches. Alan Smart scored 7 last year, one famous playoff goal as well. Didn't get on the end of that. Ray Wilkins is confused by that, can't think why. With the control, that's fallen just behind Deschamps. But Ferre can pick it up. Wide on the right is Ambrosetti. The good-looking cross comes in there. That was Bjorn Goldback. Chamberlain got on the end of it well. Gibbs. Wide's cross in. Smart. Come to him again. De Hoy grabs it. And important that he did. Alan Smart already showing danger in the 6-yard box. Got past his eye there. Foley, Page. Palmer picking this one up in midfield. Starting on one of those runs. De Hoy was grasping at thin air. Steve Palmer, Watford Player of the Year. Look at the acceleration. There's life in the old man yet. Just wide. So, Nordin Wouter. It's a back. The newest to the oldest Watford player. Gibbs returns the favour. Wouter, he's done absolutely brilliantly here. Can he go all the way? Chelsea close down the thread, but Wouter looks an absolute bargain. Slow things down now. This is Morris. It's a really remarkable record they have. Wouter comes away with the ball. Little touch to Robinson. Here's Smart! Smartest of the smart! Alan Smart puts Watford ahead. A glorious strike. And a great move there. Not surprisingly, Nordin Wouter initiating things. A delicate touch into Robinson. Look at this spiral pass. And Smart did the rest. De Hoy, no chance. Watford ahead against Chelsea, who Wednesday were playing AC Milan. Back to earth at Vicarage Road. So now, a double substitution for Chelsea on the hour. Dan Petrescu, Gianfranco Zola, both coming on. Zola, of course, he played against AC Milan on Wednesday. It's typical Chelsea can bring somebody like that on as a substitute. Incredible. Ambrosetti, delicate touch. Deschamps, lovely little curl bomb, and Zola just wide with the header. It's a lovely move from Chelsea. Ambrosetti picking out Deschamps. Zola had made the run. Deschamps, a beautiful floated cross. Zola, lovely flick, just wide. Taylor calling instructions, realises Chelsea's unbeaten run could be about to end. Chamberlain, and Mike Reid blows the whistle, and Watford have ended Chelsea's unbeaten Premiership run in spectacular fashion.
I think they totally deserve to win the match because they were very well organised and they worked really hard. So at the end of the match, I think that they deserve to be praised because of the way they played and because of the result.
Chelsea came and they made their changes in the side, and obviously you're always going to get that talk about should they do this or should they have done that, but the point is you can only play against who the opposition put out, and a team like Chelsea can put out very good opposition whether they rest players or not, and it was a very, very good win by us, there was no doubt about that, and an excellent goal.
That's right. I think Paul Robinson had done brilliant to get the tackle just midway inside their half, and he slipped it. I think he just slipped it inside to me because he'd made a great run inside Norden, and I managed to get a good contact on it again, and it flew in.
And to do it at what is now the home end must have been even more satisfying.
That's right. Yeah, I mean you get a right good noise. Whatever end the home end is, there's a really good noise comes from that, and it's brilliant to score in front of thousands of people that are delighted for you.
Did you feel that was going to be enough, bearing in mind how Chelsea had played up to that point?
I did, to be honest with you. I felt we were the better side on the day, and it's no discredit to Chelsea. I thought we outplayed them on the day. We were first to everything, and I think we won the game because we were good, not because Chelsea were bad.
Alan Smart's strike, so reminiscent of his goal at Wembley, and after fine work by Wouter and Robinson, was enough to secure 3 points against a side brimming with World Cup medal winners and a galaxy of international stars. The press are quick to point out the burden of Chelsea's midweek commitments, perhaps forgetting that Watford themselves had faced Chelsea in the midst of a two-legged Worthington Cup tie.
Australia by first leg 2 goals. This is Howard. On to Panthers, to a Barlow. Barlow shot. Howard, can he finish? Simon Howard has given Wigan Athletic the lead. Sharp, short ball to Martinez. Martinez looking for option. Finds one in Simon Howard. Howard now looking for support. Back to Sharp. Sharp steep ball into the area. Page's clearance. Only scores. Bradshaw. Bradshaw shoot. Barlow's header. Stuart Barlow has brought the team's level, but no. Kennedy finds his captain Page. Watford still looking for their first goal. Ngongi is the target. Dazoo with a good header. This is Kennedy infield. Good shot. Oh, what a strike. What a goal from Peter Kennedy, and he stunned the Wigan Athletic supporters with that goal. Oh, that's a clear penalty. You can't argue with that. Shevin Sharp has brought down Nigel Gibbs. Kennedy can seal the match and the tie with this penalty kick. Kennedy against Carroll, drilled to the centre, great save, and Ngongi puts it over the bar. Well, Wigan have been thrown a lifeline. Darren Sheridan to put it in left-footed. Zoo stayed up from the back. Chamberlain's missing. The header comes in from Simon Howard, and that's the goal that Wigan so desperately needed. And it's the time for Wigan to salvage the tie. Tries to put the ball into the far post, looking for Kevin Sharp. Appeals for a penalty, and the referee has pointed to a spot. And Wigan have been given the penalty. but it's Carl Bradshaw, the red penalty taker. It's Bradshaw stepping up. Bradshaw and drilling through the centre of the goal. The Latics are 3-1 up, and surely the game is going to be taken into extra time now. Here's Stuart Barlow, nice turn. Can he lay it off to a man? This is Martinez, into Simon Howard, inside the area, Howard shoots. But again, the linesman's flag goes up. He's given it away to Gibbs. He looks for Foley and finds him, edge of the area. Watford can wrap it up here. Foley's shot hits the post. What a great strike that was.
A trip to Highbury saw some trademark resolute defending by the Hornets, who looked like they would escape with a point. But any side that can bring on substitutes of the calibre of Dennis Bergkamp and Devel Suker are going to pose a threat for the entire 90 minutes.
Kanu, this time, Kanu! He's got it! It had to come sooner or later, and it had to come from Kanu. A huge sigh of relief around Highbury as the goal that they have deserved has finally arrived.
Another month, another scalp of a so-called Premiership big boy. In September it was Chelsea who were left smarting, but on the downside, this great victory was sandwiched between the single goal defeat at Upton Park and Highbury. Graham Taylor went north of the border to sign Rangers midfielder Charlie Miller, and he was expected to play some part in the game against Leeds. David O'Leary's young side had been climbing towards the top spot in the Premiership since the opening day of the season, but after victory over Chelsea, no one relished the prospect of visiting Vicarage Road.
Anxious faces in the crowd. Well, Watford have raised their game against Liverpool and Chelsea. See what they can do against Leeds. It's Page's free kick. A head on down there, and it nearly came for a moment through to Martin as Williams snatched at it. Taylor looking into the sun. Kennedy won't take this one. Williams! That's a brilliant goal by Mark Williams, and Watford ahead. And it seems they can always raise their game against the top sides. What a brilliant turn and finish by Mark Williams. Well, that's going to be a contender for goal of the season at the end, you can bet. Wonderful finish. Martin had no chance. Watford ahead. As the game goes on, the control seems to settle. There's Bridges out on the left-hand side. Tries a long shot, he's got it in! Michael Bridges on the stroke of half-time. The worst time to concede a goal. Watford, just a goal out of nothing for Leeds. Watford can't believe it. Michael Bridges, that was a wonderful finish. Right in the corner. From a position where really we're getting better and better. That's a lovely flick on from Alan Smith. This is Kuehl. Oh no, it's gone in, and Chamberlain, wow, what happened there? And the Watford defence hold their heads in their hands. There was, well, if we want to be charitable about it, we could say there was a bit of a swerve on it, but Chamberlain appeared just to lose sight of it. It was a fault for the Di Canio goal at West Ham, and now really he's got to hold up his hands for that one. Kennedy with the corner for Watford. Well headed out there. Back into the danger area, and Martin with Wouter underneath. Managed to clutch there. There's Huckabee, he's only just come on. Wide there, just hit the crossbar. Oh, what What a start, a substitution. That would have been Darren Huckabee. There's a way to make an impression. A long clearance from Martin, a real, just a route one here. Great effort from Huckabee, though. Taylor now looking at defeat, where just before half-time, Watford were sailing high with that Mark Williams goal. Just having a few words with Ruta. So the ball comes in, and Gonge is squashed from both sides. A lead sandwich. That has to be a penalty, surely. As you can see, as the ball comes across here, and the Watford fans just can't believe it. And Gonge is literally crushed from left and right. And I think Watford can be very, very unlucky not to have got a penalty for that.
Well, Graham, you've got a unique way of playing down these defeats. You say worse things happen in Coronation Street.
Yes, Judy's died. I mean, what's Gary going to do now? How is he going to bring up the twins?
This is reality. You've lost a football match today. I mean, put it into context, what happened today. They're a good team, aren't they?
Well, they are. I mean, we've just lost to a side that's gone to the top of the Premiership, and in one respect it's a little bit disappointing, because having taken the lead against them, there was, you know, an equaliser within 2 or 3 minutes, which people are always get a little bit disappointed with, simply because, you know that's when you're most vulnerable. And in the second half, I just felt that the game was dying away, that it wasn't as if, we were under any great threat, although we weren't doing a lot either. And then the shot from Kewell has put them in front, and we're then having to chase a game. And I think it was at the time that we were chasing the game that Leeds had their best chances. And certainly they could and perhaps should have gone further ahead.
The third round of the Worthington Cup sent Watford on a long trip away to Premiership counterparts Middlesbrough. Watford controlled large parts of the game, but a pint-sized Brazilian made sure that it was Cup specialist Borough in the draw for the fourth round.
Armstrong turns well. Juninho is ahead of him. Here's Juninho looking for something special for the Brazilian. He's come up with a goal. It's his first since his return, and it's a breakthrough for Middlesbrough. Tailor-made for Juninho, and he tucked it away with all the aplomb that Borough fans remember so well. Just cutting a yard or so, and round the far corner, Armstrong played his part, knew that Juninho was lurking. All the balance you'd expect. Hyde didn't get tight enough, and that was enough for Juninho's first. He's back, and Borough are ahead. Middlesbrough 1, Watford 0. 19 minutes gone in the second half, and the goal that the game was crying out for.
Next up was the long-awaited trip to Old Trafford. Watford could have sold out their ticket allocation 3 times over, and as a consequence the match was beamed back to over 4,000 fans at Vicarage Road.
This is where United can build from the back. Beckham. A good ball. So Cole gets it onto the left foot. A little chip. Chamberlain had it covered, but just 90 seconds on the watch. That would have been the 3rd fastest goal this season if Cole could have done it. It was a lovely flick on from York. They have this terrific understanding. Good first touch from Cole, but a bit of a flap as far as the chip was concerned. They've certainly made a better start than Bradford City, the promoted sides. That's a good flick on. A great save from Chamberlain from York. And he really had to stretch to fist that one round the corner. So a second strike on goal from Manchester United. What a fabulous flick from Cole. A brilliant effort from York. Great save, Chamberlain. Watford in numbers, showing some quality and coming away well here. Kennedy. The ball, let it run on to Ruta. To the right foot. It was a good effort on Wuta since he's arrived here. Graham Taylor's first real big signing, and he looks a quality player. And then as he broke through, he had the confidence, he took it past Sylvester, a little bit of acceleration. Certainly Scholes couldn't catch him. Touch on here. Beckham Dangerous looking cross. Good stop. Chamberlain went down. York didn't get the power in the header that he would have liked. It was a perfectly weighted cross. One of many we've seen this season from Beckham. York got up well, but no real power, and Chamberlain able to gather the ball comfortably. Neville's throw. Problem here if a cross comes in, a lovely overhead, it's in there for Manchester United and Dwight York. Chamberlain so unlucky. It was a wonderful overhead, hit with power, virtually point blank from the 6-yard box. Manchester United take the lead. And again, we said the problem would come from those crosses. Chamberlain so unlucky. And a glorious overhead. That's Dwight York's 9th goal of the season, his 8th in the Premiership. Great cross from Nicky Butt. Wonderful overhead. Chamberlain unlucky. This is Giggs. What they don't want to do is concede another now. Good looking cross, it's another! It's Andy Cole and the terrible duo have struck again. It's 2 in 2 minutes from the terrible two. Cole and York take their personal tallies to 9 apiece. It's a wonderful cross and a brilliant diving header. Nice touch on from York, great cross from Giggs, lovely header from Andy Cole. Now Beckham. Oh, was he barged over there? Well, it looks like Kennedy is going to be booked for that. Can Chamberlain sum up from this? Not much is the answer. And Irwin, as we move into injury time at the end of the first half, puts Manchester United 3 goals up, and you've got to say it has not been that kind of a game. Good looking cross in there, could still come, it has done. Cole has done it again. Andy Cole, a wonderful finish but completely unmarked. Now it's 4 for Manchester United. Just when Watford had made such a good start to the second half. From the foot of Beckham again, went right across. No one was marking Cole, but what a finish. Andy Cole now into double figures for the season. Bearing in mind we're only halfway through October, that really is quite a phenomenal output. It was the touch really from Williams. He needed to get more of a touch on it, just really helped it on its way, as you can see, a difficult bounce for him. Gibbs, that's a better cross. Bosnich was left completely on his own, and that's a great goal. Thoroughly deserved by Watford. A glorious finish, Johnson came in. And it was this fabulous cross from Gibbs that had Bosnich in all sorts of difficulty, and Johnson struck that sweetly. So he's really made a great return. We've got our own little piece of drama here, as you can see. But what a great goal. Now Watford, a little bit of space. Smith. Cross can come in. Woods moved up. It's a good header. He's hit the crossbar. And if ever a man deserved to score today, it's Nordin Wouters. Had an excellent game. He got up beautifully there. And Bosnich was just left watching this one, a mere spectator. It dropped onto the crossbar and over, out of harm's way for Manchester United. Wonderful header. Bad luck for Nordin-Wuta. Doesn't look like Watford's position will change too much at the end of this game. Dear oh dear. We'll have to see what will become of this. Williams, it's a red one. And Graham Taylor is absolutely furious. It really would be wise to sit down. There is not much that's going to happen now. There's only 90 seconds normal time. Let's have a look here. That really, you have to say, was a terrible tackle. I don't think anyone can have too many complaints. Goodness me! Smith is through! Oh, well done, Bosnich. And a brilliant break by Watford. Tommy Smith got right through on the left-hand side. Got himself into an excellent scoring position. And only Bosnich coming out and spreading himself stopped that happening.
The fans here are too much. So it's amazing if you compare it to Spain or even Holland. Watford all the players should be glad with this kind of support from the crowd.
And lining up against some top names, but you know you obviously feel that the Premiership is where you want to play.
Yeah. It's my dream. One of my dreams. I've been in Spain now. I've been in Holland, and one of my dreams was the Premier League, and here I am now.
And here you stay.
Of course I will.
A frustrating and fruitless October saw more gloom when Graham Taylor's men met Middlesbrough for the second time in a fortnight and found Brian Robson's men in a particularly uncharitable mood.
Comes out to Ziege, but not on his stronger foot. Put it away by Page, the captain here. Forward by Cooper, and Watford a bit slow to get to Juninho. Brian Dean! Well, the very worst thing for Watford, but great for Middlesbrough. Dean scores inside 3 minutes.
Well, an unnecessary corner given away by Palmer. Well, that's the result. The pressure's not over. Some beautiful first-time ball in here from Brian Dean. I'm not so sure he got all of it. I don't know whether Williams got a bit of this as well as it comes over. Certainly an own goal, it looks to me there. That looks like Williams got his head right on that. Wasn't sure as it came over whether Dean just skimmed off him, but it looks to me as if Williams has come in behind Dean, tried to win the header and thumped it past his goalkeeper.
Juninho from Ince's pass and just skipped away, and even Juninho's capacity for control was tested to breaking point.
So conditions that beat Juninho. It's a lovely run. He loses Steve Palmer, who's caught ball watching.
Here's Ziege, and Juninho taps in that chance. And Watford hang their heads. We've only had 18 minutes here. But the team that's flown down from Teesside this morning are flying high towards, they hope, another Premiership win.
Well, that's a killer blow. It's a hammer blow. Just when they got away with it. Little Brazilian not quite controlling it. They get out of jail, and then this happens. That's poor play from Hyde. It's not a great ball he's looking to play into Charlie Miller. Absolute suicide. The rest was a mere formality. No doubt Ziege was playing in Juninho. Never going to look to shoot.
Now Smith. It's a good first touch. And this is his game to take them on. Wonderful play by Tommy Smith.
Well done. What a way to get your first goal. 19 years of age. Enjoy it. It's a wonderful goal. Huge confidence and great ability, and again it's much more incisive. The ball through the middle suddenly opens him up. He's got an awful lot to do. People all over him. Never panicked, didn't lose his head, composed, kept his balance. Wow, he's given his team a chance.
Well, he's done it in the junior teams here. Could he do it in the Premiership? That was the question. There's your answer. Christian Ziege with that confident stride. Brian Dean supporting him. Still Dean, back for Ziege. Armstrong. Ince has caught up the play as well. Paul Ince ends really any doubt. He covered an awful lot of ground to get there, and through his efforts and the crispness of the counter-attack, it is now Watford 1, Middlesbrough 3.
There is a difference between Premiership and nationwide for me, Martin, is that Middlesbrough get the one chance and they take it, they make it count. It was lovely play, they were very cool and very precise, and they arrived right on cue, Paul Ince. From the edge of his own box to the edge of the 6-yard box and the opponents within a matter of seconds. It was a great forceful run, and he got his reward, and that is game over.
Watford faced an in-form Coventry side without 3 of their first-choice back 4, all suspended as a result of bookings, and in Mark Williams' case, a red card at Old Trafford. But Watford fans weren't without hope. Strange things happen at Highfield Road, as anyone who witnessed keeper Steve Sherwood's goal, or a rare Trevor Senior winner in years gone by, will testify.
Space for Charlie Miller.
Well, this is the side, Mark, this right side. Steve Froggatt's not quite giving Marcus all the cover.
There's no flag. Tommy Smith in. One of them, Tommy Smith, has a chance to cross here.
Oh, a great ball.
Charlie Miller's header.
Great ball, lovely build-up. We saw them play enough football last week to know that Watford will try and slick it about, and they work the position really well. Look at the bodies in the box, another trademark of Graham Taylor's side, that when crosses come in, he likes players to flood the box. They do that, Miller gets there, just can't direct it down.
Johnson, the Australian. Here's Carlton Palm. Haji's cross. Panay, who's looped it high. Froggatt once and twice. Roussel. Keane! Well, a finish of real Premiership quality. And Watford have now started already to rue their earlier misses.
2 chances to clear it, 2 headers in, but this is the difference, Mark. Separates the men from the boys at this level. It's not a great chance, he's got so much work to do, but this boy's pure quality.
Froggatt. Keane in the thick of the action again. Panay. Froggatt didn't want to hit it on the right foot first of all, but when he does, having set himself, Steve Froggatt steers the Sky Blues into a 2-0 lead over Watford.
Well, he's had a pretty good first half, Steve Froggatt. He's been involved in a lot of good things, he's been on the ball a lot, he's always looked to probe, and he's always had this ability, Martin, even as a youngster at Villa, of driving forward, and when he gets a goal-scoring position, he doesn't get nervy. He's very accomplished in there, even on his weaker right foot. That's a very good finish. Goalkeeper going low to block the shot. He just angles it up and away from him.
Keane has got plenty of players with him, including Gary McAllister. Stopped by Chamberlain. McAllister trying to follow it up. And Alec Chamberlain sticking out a foot, I think, in the end, to good effect as Coventry once more broke with a real cutting edge.
Gary McAllister, you talked about Carlton Palmer at 33, Gary McAllister at 32, showing he too has the legs to get forward.
That's a ball and a half, that. For Keane. Froggatt, of course, involved. Roussel, Haji. He scored! Improbably, Darren Ward wonders how that got away from Watford, but it's 3-0.
It's a great finish in the end, Mark, but I have to agree, what a ball this is. I think it's Paul Williams, and it's the 2 that have tormented him in the first half that do it second. Great play and hold-up play from Keane, and then the ball's just delivered. You think he's got nowhere to go, you think Ward's got it covered. Well, he's got no right to score from there. Your defender really should be doing better.
Long ball from Coventry this time from Telfer.
Oh, could be.
He's given it.
Could be.
Palmer feeling that he might have been pushed onto the ball, but Paul Durkin, who was quite a long way away from the scene, has pointed for the penalty.
Well, that's the decision he has to make, Martin. You can see how awkward it is. He loses track of it. They go for it, the arm comes up. I'm not so sure there's much intent there. I think he's a little unlucky. On a good day, he might get away with it.
This for 4-0. It is. It's party time at Highfield Road.
A dreadful month for Watford, nothing at all to show from 5 games. A time for some serious thinking and maybe a few desperate measures? Graham Taylor was too long in the tooth for such an attitude. It was only November, but with Sheffield Wednesday rooted to the bottom of the table, Watford's next game was already being talked about as a real relegation 6-pointer.
Oh, saved on the line, and then back into the arms of Chamberlain. Well, that was Micah Hyde guarding that post. Good support for Watford from their travelling supporters. Large tracts of Hillsborough are empty, but here's Ngongi in! Oh, Watford have scored! And the support from the terraces was perfectly timed. Just over 20 minutes gone, and Watford, who've produced 2 big upsets this season, beating Liverpool and Chelsea, have taken the lead in this vital match at the bottom of the Premiership. Flick on by Wouter, nicely played back, I think it was from Miller, into the path of Ngongi. It's his 2nd goal of the season. And Wednesday's defence was unstitched. Atherton's throw. Penalty! Atherton's throw came into that crowded penalty area. Well, there was a hand, but even from that angle it's not clear whose it was. Gilles de Bilder from the penalty spot. It's 1 apiece. Half an hour left, and it's a real pot boiler now. Pressman organising a 2-man defensive wall. Hyde to take the free kick. Yes! Watford are back in front almost immediately. Hyde with the free kick. Pressman couldn't get there, and it was Page arriving behind the back of Ngongi, who got the downward header. And that would appear there was a good shout from the captain, because Ngongi made sure that he didn't touch the ball. Miller wants it played into him. Here he is. Oh, he's got away from Atherton. Miller. Noel Williams. An important save by Kevin Pressman. And Charlie Miller, who arrived at Watford from Rangers, working hard to set up the chance for the second half substitute. Wim Jonk. De Bilder. Oh, great turn by De Bilder. That is an absolutely wonderful goal, and it's no more than the little man deserves. It's 2-2. Oh, who would be a manager?
Charlie Miller I knew about, and I knew Charlie Miller could play. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind this lad can play. But he's had his reported, I wouldn't say problems, but he was something he has to get out of Glasgow. You know, it's as simple as that. And Charlie has been brought up in a part of Glasgow that is a hard part of Glasgow, and I mean that with all respect to all of the people. You know, there's things about loyalty that comes when you come from probably a deprived part, and so I understand some of the, let's say, failings that Charlie might have had in that early part of his career, playing for a big club like Glasgow Rangers when you're a teenager and being seen to be sort of God's gift or Scotland's gift to football is a very hard thing for anybody to carry, but particularly an 18 and 19-year-old boy. He's come down here and I've been quite pleased with how he's developed. He has to get himself fitter and maintain his fitness, but he is putting the effort into that. But I think people can see, you know, we get a pass from Charlie, he can see a pass. And as much as you work and as much as you're committed to the game, he can put a pass and he can put players in, and that's important. But I've been very pleased with how he's settled in.
A point for Watford, but could they eke out a home win against fellow strugglers Newcastle? Hoping to improve the Hornets' form was Xavier Gravelin, the much-travelled 31-year-old French international, a new signing for the club.
So Merrick's corner. Looking deep. It'll come out to Ketspire. You can turn one in right-footed. Shearer off the post. And let off for Watford. It was an excellent cross from Ketspire. And Shearer did well. He got up. Nicely timed header. Chamberlain wasn't going to get that, but the post did. Robson it was who put his faith back in Shearer. Push on there. Gongi. Oh, and there it was, a real chance for Xavier Gravelin, Paris Saint-Germain player, but it was a French Rugby World Cup finish. It was a lovely ball, and Gongi unselfishly set up the chance for Gravelin, but sky high. Frenchman will be disappointed with that. It's really a relegation dogfight even at this time in the season. That's another great ball to Ngongi. A good stop. Noel Williams' pressure is played off, and Gongi has put it in. There'll be question marks over Harper here in the defence. What was he doing? And Gongi, well, he had the effort pushed out by Harper, but Noel Williams pushed it back, and Ngongi finished. A vital goal for Watford. Very important time. Look at this effort from Noel Williams. He doesn't give up, and it's that sets up Ngongi. Great finish. Not the pushovers they were earlier in the season. Ketspire, little touch. Davizas always turns Robinson. Well, he scored! What a great goal from Davizas. A glorious finish. And the Toon Army are singing the tunes again. The right old Geordie Lovin, even the referee joining in there. Davizas, look at this skill. He took that past Robinson. A glorious finish, and Newcastle level.
Newcastle had some very heated things to say about the penalty. Bobby Robson did. About the first goal, rather. What was your view on it?
I thought it looked offside. I don't know who the ball came off. They're saying that it came off a Newcastle player. There we are. Perhaps, I don't know whether the penalty incident later on was in Watford's favour or Newcastle's favour. It obviously went in Newcastle's favour. So I don't really know. But Bobby and I, we've both been in the game long enough that if something goes for you, you smile and say, well, that's the way it is. And if it doesn't go, you moan like hell.
The following week saw the visit of the North East high-flying Stadium of Light Tenants, Sunderland, a last chance for some much-needed November cheer. Looking for Phillips, not able to flick that one on. Some elegant pass down the line, and Ngonge's got in the clear here. Michel Ngonge. What a finish. It's goal number 4 for Watford's top scorer, Michel Ngonge. What a glorious finish. Just what Watford were looking for. Robinson, the man who began the move, and then that terrific through ball. Lovely first touch by Ngonge. What a glorious finish. Split the defence, Summerby and Craddock. And look at this control. Excellent finish. So often they've looked in control. It's a chest down from Quinn. Phillips. Oh, it's a wicked deflection. Well, Phillips is raising his hand, but I don't know if he can really take credit for that. Is it my goal, he says. Come on, it must be mine. If it is his goal, it's goal number 14. It's taken a wicked deflection off Williams. You can see here Page's challenge, but it came off Williams. Disaster. McCann again, he's involved in so many of these moves for Sunderland. Flick on by Quinn. Some space for Summerby. Take on Robinson. Teasing cross, and Phillips has done it again. It's goal number 15. And how does he do it? In the right place, at the right time. Kevin Phillips, the scourge of all Premiership defences, and even Page closing in on him could do nothing about that. He got past Robinson. Great finish. It's a long clearance, and really Watford have to get back into this. It's a long effort from Cox. Oh, Robinson's bundled over. And Uriah Rennie has pointed to the spot. Watford have a penalty. Sunderland's Frolic League challenge look on in despair as Johnson, head bandage, steps up to take this one. And Watford back in it against the Premiership high flyers from the northeast. As cool as you like. 2-2. And that's pleased Graham Taylor. Not surprisingly, Watford can get another point. Sunderland put on this pressure. Head down from Quinn. McCann! And it's so cruel for Watford. But McCann has put Sunderland in front again. And the chairman's face says it all. And Watford have it all to do. Wonderful control by McCann, a great finish.
In the end, we nicked the game. It's the second half, they were all over us. But we're delighted with 3 points.
When you scored that early goal, did you think it was going to be another great afternoon for you?
I thought Sunderland were well worth the lead in the first half. I mean, they're a very good side and they play very much to their strengths, and they're very difficult when they're playing as well as they did in the first half. In the second half, we altered things slightly, and I thought that we got on top. And once we got the penalty to equalise, then you were hoping very much that we'd take it on. I think the third goal took a lot of sting out of us. It's very difficult at times when you've had to battle it back, and then you lose a third goal. And I think it just took, not enthusiasm, but I think it hit the players a little bit hard.
2 points from 3 November performances that had often promised much more than they'd finally delivered for Watford. It looked like a tough Christmas period ahead for the Hornets, but Graham Taylor would be stopping at nothing to tap the human resources necessary to get out of the relegation zone and back to mid-table safety to give Watford and their fans another deserved taste of the Premiership for the next season to come.
Tyler says he's really improved since he went to Sunderland. Do you sense an improvement in him, perhaps even in the last year or so?
I'm a brilliant manager. What are you laughing at? It's great, isn't it?
Where do you go from here?
Bradford City. We're going home, actually. Nice to get the first one in the Premier League.
And at Liverpool of all this will delay it, Pagey. You want to be out. Sorry. All right, we'll just wait.
I think the smile should always be on our face this year, even though, you know, it's going to be a battle and has been a battle. The fact is that we're back in there for only the second time in this club's history are we operating in the top league in the country. And if you put that against the 100-odd years that we've been in existence, it's every reason to be smiling.